How are you doing, everyone? I hope you all are having a great day. I am Josiah Jandabun, one of your companions for today's video. So we are having another video that talks about one of the principles of high quality assessment, which is the practicality and efficiency of the test. Now, what's the first thing that pops out from your mind regarding the words practicality and efficiency? Whatever it is, it must have something to do when it comes to doing an assessment. So, to find out, stay tuned.
Hello once again, everyone, every boogan, and everything. Now that you have arrived, welcome to my virtual discussion via WPS application. Charot! No, cute kayong chibi. Oo, grabe. Marajug ako. Charot. So, as I have said a while ago, that we're going to have a glimpse and explore what's practicality and efficiency of the test all about. Now, let me read the question and the presentation that I made. So, what does practicality and efficiency of the test mean? Now, let's go to the next slide. So, practicality and efficiency of the test refers to the teacher's familiarity with the methods used, time required for the assessment, complexity of the administration, ease of scoring, ease of interpretation of the test results, and the materials used must be at the lowest cost. So, I guess the definition of what practicality and efficiency of the test means is I suppose it is quite understandable to you guys, but the characteristics of it will be discussed on the approaching slide, so stay tuned. So, what is teachers' familiarity with the method means? So, this characteristic means that teachers need to be familiar with the assessment, know the strengths and limitations, therefore they can properly interpret students' responses. So this kind of characteristic about practicality and efficiency of the test is really vital, because if a teacher does not familiarize the method and she or he does go with it without knowing it better, then it will be a bad there will be a bad result and time and effort will be wasted. So it is really important to familiarize the method of the assessment. And teaching an unfamiliar assessment method creates a risk on time and resources. Therefore, we'll get questionable results from students' responses. Yes, kaayo. Kay kung mag-implement og assessment ang teacher without familiarity, or di niya ilahon or di niya i-inspect ang assessment, so sure good nga naa jud risk and the resources jud is ma-compromise. So murag masayang ra gyud. So and napagibot ang diri nga will get questionable results, so sakto pod. So dili accurate, or shall I say dili akma or dili kanang authentic ang results nga imo makuha sa assessment nimo. So next is time required. So indeed that assessments requires time. Yeah, it is not only a single type of assessment that fits into every activity. So I mean dili ra kabuk assessment ang ma-apply sa tanang kinds of activities or mga tasks sa classroom. So there are kinds of assessments that requires time, like multiple choice tests, essay tests, performance assessments, to name a few. So multiple choice tests takes a long time to prepare but relatively short time for students to complete and for teachers to score. Yes, it is. Familiar kita ani multiple choice test, no? Hino nang pag-prepare ani nakasabay kog prepare og multiple choice test. Yes, indeed nga makabat siya oras, but ang pag-answer and ang pag-explore sa student is sayon ra gyud kaayo para sa ilaha, and dali ra gyud kayo siya i-score. Next is essay tests. Takes less time to prepare but longer time to score. Yes, it is. Kay lain-lain man og opinion or point ang each of the students, so the score depends on the answers that they have made. So mukaan siya time sa pag-score. So next is the performance assessments. Probably the most time intensive. Yes, kaayo kay performance assessments man good needs, at most effort, time and preparation. So naka-experience ko ani, all of us has experienced this kind of assessment that it really consumes time because dapat each presentation must be properly observed or interpreted. And yes, it is dili usay pod awas ka oras ug tunga dili gyud siya enough para mahuman ang tanang presentations each group. So let's go straight to the next slide. So the next is complexity of administration. Assessment that requires long, complicated directions and setup are less efficient. Yes, it is, because we're talking about practicality here of assessment. So if you push something that is complicated, a complicated assessment, then ang setup is ang setup and ang direction is kanang lisod-lisod siya, then it is indeed less efficient, and dili jud ka expect nga makuha nimo ang imong desired nga or expected nimo nga result na makuha sa after doing an assessment. So next. So the next characteristic is ease of scoring. Scoring need to match your method and purpose. Oh yes, it is. Kay kuan man good, there are times that when you do an assessment and you are confident of it that it will meet the result and the method you have used was shall I say anang sakto or fit sa imong assessment, but dili di ay to. So kana nga klase sa kanang occurrence is lisod-lisod jud siya. So ato agyong assure and i-guarantee that this life is easy. Charot. So ato siya i-guarantee nga anang sayon gyud ato ang pag-score after we did an assessment. So next is ease of interpretation. So it means that it provides sufficient information so that whatever interpretation is made is accurate. So importante sa siya kay you have to understand and interpret magud ang mga students responses of your certain assessments. So you really have to provide information on it, proper directions, instructions, and familiarity on the words kay ibutang sa imong assessment so that ang student makasabot ra dayon and you can really meet the expected result that you desire. So dapat na information para mahimo yung accurate imong assessment. So the last one is cost. Assessments are inexpensive. Oh, di ba? So murag na inline na ni siya sa efficiency of assessment ang cost. Kay efficiency means manggod kay using less less consuming less amount of resources or time or effort so that matawag din mong efficient imuhang assessment. So dapat ang mga materials sa imong assessment and everything that you need in the assessment must be inexpensive and sulit siya. Dili gid ka magasto pag ayaw, di ka magpa-churva-churva mga unnecessary things that you want to apply. Avoid na lang jud ana kay we have to make the assessment inexpensive and efficient. So ari na gid ta sa practicality in assessment. So what practicality in assessment mean? Practicality in assessment means that the test is easy to design, easy to administer, and easy to score. So from the word practical, so ato dyan ipagawa sa itong pagka-practical sa pagbuhat o pag-implement o assessment. Dapat sayon siya himuon, sayon siya i-manage, sayon siya i-instruct sa mga students or learners, and most importantly, sayon siya i-score. So here, no matter how valid or reliable a test is, it has to be practical to make and to take. This means that, so, mo ni siya. Bisag unsa pa ka reliable imong test, it has to be practical jud. So, practical assessment is economical to deliver. It is not excessively expensive. So, ibot pasabot ani, mag-discuss ni paglas nga dapat dili gyud mahal or dili magasto kaayo ang imuhang assessment. So, it will has to be simple or good as possible. So, the layout should be easy to follow and understand. So, sakto niya siya para ni siya sa sense of convenience sa mga student nga dapat makasabot sila dayon and jud siya. Sayon pud siya ansiran. So the next one is it stays within the appropriate time constraints. So dapat nang jud. So dapat ang imong assessment di siya mokabat og maayo og daghan nga oras or taas nga oras. So it has to meet within the desired time constraints. Next is, it is relatively easy to administer. Yes, ang practical nga assessment is dali gyud siya i-manage. Dali ra kay ka maka-instruct sa mga students and dili kay ka ma-stress sa pagpasabot nila sa imong assessment. So the last one is its correct evaluation procedure is specific and time efficient. Yes, sakto gyud ni siya. Dapat ang pag-evaluate na nimo ani kay gyud maka-assure jud ka nga akma or fit sa imong assessment and po siya time efficient. So dili kay siya mo take og taas nga time nya magdaghan na kay mga unnecessary interpretations nga di na kayo significant para sa imong pagkuha og evidences or student responses. So mao ni siya dapat time efficient and specific. So aside from the characteristics of practical assessment, napud tay in practical tests characteristics. So the first one is the tests are excessively expensive. So expensive siya. Dakan kay siya I suppose this kind of tests or assessments are dahan kay siya mga unnecessary nga contents, mga dagan kay siya design and mga expensive nga mga papers or different kinds of materials nga gibutang sa assessment mo nang mahimo siya practical. And also they are too long, taas ra kaayo, mura siya booklet or something na makaingon ka nga taas and hinoon at the end of the kay ma-board or ma-exhaust ang mga imong students kay taas ra kayo mga assessment. And also, they require a handful of examiners to administer and score. Yes, it is. Dili jud mahimo nga ikaw ra usa ang magkuan na mag-interpret na sa imuhang assessment because tungod sa kataas or tungod tingali sa complicated sa imong assessment. That's why you need other persons or other individuals to assist you on scoring the assessment. So next is it takes several hours to grade a test. Yes, tungod sa ka-impractical sa imong assessment, murag mag-effort inon kag maayo and murag maugtos ka sa pag-grade sa imong test kay it may be kay taas kaayo or isud sabton ang mga answers sa imong students. It's because basin po wala po ka nagtan-aw sa ilahang kaayuhan or masayunan ba sila sa imong assessment. So I guess that's everything that you should know about practicality of assessment. Now let's go to Miss Clarice Bayaba's discussion and explanation about efficiency of assessments. Thank you, everyone.
Now that you know the practicality of assessment, let us now move on to the efficiency of assessment. In efficiency of assessment, we will tackle about the definition of learning, measurement of learning, measurement of performance improvements, and lastly, measurement of the total cost. What is efficiency assessment? When we say efficiency assessment, it is defined by the performance improvement during a given learning period and the cost to achieve such improvement. It is a dynamic concept that measures performance improvement, which focuses on the process instead of the static assessment of performance or end results. The efficiency, therefore, is measured not only by how well it is done, but also how much the learners pay for what is done. In measurement of learning efficiency, efficiency is measured by the ratio between the total cost during a given learning period and the performance improvement. Efficiency is measured by the result of cost divided by the performance improvement. For example, LE stands for learning efficiency is equals to PI or performance improvement divided by TC or the total cost. I or performance improvement is measured by two sets of variables, the increase of test scores and the improvement of communication competence. Test scores are easily measured, though depends on how well the tests are designed and conducted. Communication competence, in the other hand, are more difficult to measure. It includes verbal and non-verbal performances. So, to sum it up all, test scores are quantitatively measured while the communication competence are hard to quantify. Now let us move on to measurement of TC or the total cost. So the total cost of learning are determined by three sets of variables. First is the time consumed, both in and out of classroom, financial cost, cost of buying textbooks and other learning aids, and lastly, cost of teachers' input in and out of the class.
So guys, those are the significant things and important lessons that you must bear in mind while you are doing an assessment with practicality and efficiency. So I hope that you have plucked something today that would be useful for you in the near future. And in behalf of Miss Clarice Bayabos, we thank you for tuning in with us from the beginning of the video until the end. And so that's it. Thank you for watching, guys. God bless us all. Take care always and stay negative for the virus. No COVID out there. Thank you guys. Bye bye.
Looks so